All right, hi everyone. This is Kushash Ravishmali. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, just want to continue working on Context Palette. For those who are not aware, I've made some videos on Context Palette. I'll probably link in the YouTube description down below. So feel free to take a look and understand what we wanted to do and all of that. For now, let's just go to the current state. I think which branch am I at? Server phase 1, right? So let me just make sure that I am in the right branch, server phase 1. Okay, so sounds good. Everything is there, whatever changes that we had made. Let's just build first. What this context palette attempts to do, right? It's very important to understand. My aim is not to just get a particular thing working. My aim is to build an interface first and then let any algorithm come in and just for example, telescope in neovim is there, right? You can pitch any algorithm you want for any find files or any picker and you can just use that, right? So that's very important for me to build an interface, something like that, which just does that exactly what I would like. And the whole point is I want to index I probably also want to learn how to do this. So it's not just that, okay, it's no one has ever done it before. It's the first time that anyone is doing it. No, that's not the point. I just want to understand how it's built and what kind of DB choices generally people make, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And let's have our own experience and let's learn from here, okay? Cool. Let's do cargo build release. It failed with some errors. I expect because I did make a lot of changes, right? And I think it probably starts with, let's just look at the diagnostics, I guess. Yeah, there you go, right? So we have mismatched types here, DB. I don't want to be concerned about it right now because the whole point is I was trying to make it asynchronous, right? And it should work. So whatever files we have, it should be indexing them asynchronously. And that's the whole motivation. Let's see expected over here, right? You see DB we have. Okay, and can I have the diagnostics mismatch types, expected struct, whatever, found struct this, expected due to the type of this binding. So I think over here I should go to the DB. This should be a struct DB. Yeah, there you go, right? So this is, I'm not sure if it really has to do with it. This, okay. So this is unused path. I think, okay, for now I'll just do this, get rid of the warnings as well. Okay, default folder path, I thought I'll be using it one time. I'm kind of surprised we're not using it. All right, so this is an important point where we are here, right? I'll just show what we are doing here. So every time we want to iterate the workspace, right? And we have, what we do is we iterate through the whole folder and we find whatever that is a file. We kind of just index the file. If it's not a file, we generally iterate through it once. It's just a recursion that we need to do, right? We just call it again with a different folder and different path and all that is what we want. That's what we wanted to do. But overall over here, as you can see, we are not doing it because for debugging purposes, I want to see whether I'm able to index all the files first and then we can come to the folders. Okay, so we have let mute set, task join set, because we are doing asynchronous. So we want to make sure that we store the outputs in a particular like asynchronous safe or thread safe output as well, right? So if you kind of go to join set, it's basically can be used to await the completion of some or all of the tasks in the set. The set is not ordered and the tasks will be returned in order they complete, right? So it's possible that a task first completes and the order like output is stored here. So that's what I wanted to do. And this is how they're doing it. So let mute set. So you spawn a particular thread or a synchronous function call, whatever. And since like it can, anything can finish first, anything can finish last. You never know what's going on, right? It's in the order, I think. So that's probably it, right? So that's what we're using. Over here we have files underscore set, which is of type string, join set string. And over here, when the index file is spawned, we store that in file set.spawn. Spawn will spawn the provided task on the join set, returning an abort handle that can be used to remotely cancel the task. All right, so this sounds good so far. Now, okay, yeah, I think perform for single line, missing field current DB in initialization of server. Okay, let's go to I'll go loc.rs first and let's look for perform for single line. Guys, if you have been following me on Twitch, you will know that we have been doing this quite actively, and hopefully this should help. We have start line number, end line number, origin file path, db object, right? So this is where found mute db, okay, expected db, right? So why am I not, this is just out of curiosity, why did I change the type of it, right? Why did I get it to db, just db? Am I doing something different here? Yes, is this a mistake or something? Because yes, we want it to be mutable, right? Because we are appending at the end of the day, right? And like ideally in like, okay, I don't know why GD is not working. I need to set it up again. But anyways, if you see, we here it is, right? So we do expect ampersand mute self because of course we are writing something. Okay. No. Okay, what are the other errors? All right, everything is gone. Sounds good. Unused imports Arc and Mutex. I thought I was using it. With this is meme, right? Wait a minute, right? This sounds something like that, right? Wait a minute, I was using it, right? Cargo build release. Oh, dil kya kare? Cell.current db mismatch types. Okay, generally just start with the first error and then kind of go from there because these could be just the reason of the first error, right? So, that's what my point was, because we did use Arc and Mutex for this db to be safely handled and no race conditions happening here and there. Found db. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Right. That's because so this is, I get it, right? So when we are doing init db, right? Yeah, there you go, right? Okay, I am really bad at recording videos or streaming because just when I'm recording, my LSP broke, and I don't know what's happening. By the way, um, this this is very old, I guess, so I should not be concerned about it, I guess. Anyways, maybe I should just install RPC or something. Hopefully it should be there. Anyways, init db is there, and we are taking ampersand mute self, initialize the db if it doesn't exist, blah blah blah. I think I was using yeah, there you go, right? So with this server, I'm expecting this to be a arc type, right? So when you do init db, right? What was it? Yeah, right. So over here, when you do this, keep going on, keep going on, keep going on. Ignore. Find index, db file index dot wrap. Okay, sounds good. And now what's your problem? Yeah, I did not know that. Oh, did I initialize current db as something else? Ah, there you go, right? Sorry. My bad, sorry. Okay, so in that case, I just need to do this key. Okay, this should be, I do expect this to be fixed though. No, not this one. Okay, we just do this, that we get current db here. Just kind of keeping it simple, right? What am I doing? Let current db. Okay, and then what I do is self.current db is equal to arc. How do you do this now, right? That's something I'm curious. Mutex. Do they have new as well? I don't know. I'm just assuming this should work this way. And what's your problem now? Yeah, now about this, right? So here you just can't do this, that okay, you access, because Arc doesn't have any DB, right? So you kind of need to do unwrap, right? So I'm not sure. Let me just check. I thought it's there, right? Borrow, mute and all, that's not relevant. Unsafe, no, I don't need to. Okay, now probably I need to search about this, right? So you have arc here, a thread safe reference counting pointer. Arc stands for automatically reference counted. That's okay. Shared references in Rust disallow mutation by default, and arc is no exception. You cannot generally obtain a mutable reference to something inside an arc. If you need to mutate through an arc, use mutex. We are using mutex, right? This type is only available on platforms, okay, that support atomic loads. This may be detected at compile time using this, okay. Thread safety, right, we can read about it slightly later. Okay, I am still curious. Yeah, there you go, right? So we have arc new vec, and then you do foo.clone arc, the two syntaxes below are equivalent. Yep, okay. Deref behavior, right? Ah, so so they do say that you could directly call mutex's method, right? So what, see, I'll show you, right? So if we had done this, okay, what's the problem, by the way? Yeah, I mean, okay, that's all right. It's just failing because current db type is, okay, it already did that because we did dot into, but we didn't want to do this. The point is, we don't need to do get mute as well. The, see, if I would have done this, right, and if this was simply this, the type of this will be arc of db, right? And over here you will be able to do arc.db, that folder path, whatever we were doing before, like we were doing initdb as well, that will work because arc does automatically dereference that for you. But since we have mutex, right, and I can probably just do dot into again, right, the point is that current db will not have those things for you. So we need to look at mutex instead of arc for this particular thing, right? So a mutex exclusion primitive, a mutual exclusion primitive useful for protecting shared data. This mutex will block threads waiting for the lock to become available. Okay. For a mutex, this means that lock and try lock methods return a result. Okay. So you have arc mutex here. Okay, arc new mutex here. This is something I wanted to see, right? So you do spawn a few threads to increment a shared variable non-atomically and let the main thread know once all increments are done. So you're spawning a few threads and we are incrementing a single shared variable. Here we are using an arc to share memory among threads, and the data inside the arc is protected with a mutex, okay? So we have a data that is protected by a mutex and kind of shared by arc. It's by default 0. We have this tx rx channel. I'm not concerned about it right now. So we iterate from 0 to n. Let data comma tx equal to arc clone ampersand data. So you, what are you doing here, right? So you are getting the data, whatever that was there, and you are doing tx dot clone. Not sure what is tx. Thread spawn, then you are doing the shared state can only be accessed once the lock is held, or non-atomic increment is safe because we are the only thread which can access the shared state when the lock is held. Right, so you're doing data dot lock, so you're locking. We unwrap the return value to assert that we are not expecting threads to ever fail while holding the lock. Okay. So we are not doing any error handling here, and when we get the data, okay, then you can play around with it. I see. So when you do this, current db, right, over here, all right, over here when we do this, so you do cell.current db. It's kind of weird that I'm doing it this way, but don't worry for now. Alright. Then you do this dot clone. If you would do this, there's no point, right? You do lock dot unwrap, right? So that does give you, if I'm not wrong, let output db equal to, and let's get rid of this, right? So what's the wrong thing? Type must be known at this point. Oh, sorry, it's defined here, right? My bad. That's why I was thinking key. Okay, right? So if you just see this time it's a typical db, and you can do initdb here, right? So we can hold the lock and until, and like first do this. Okay, I don't think I want to output anything from here, right? And when you do this workspace path ester, that's it, right? So this just works. So we hold the lock, we initialize the db, we pass the workspace path, and then whatever we are doing after this, we just basically iterate to the workspace. Missing structure feels so okay. That's another thing. I'm not okay. This is required, right? So can I just do current db is equal to self not current, but we don't have a self right now, right? It's a I would want to make it optional, is it? Because we are doing handle server, right? And over here, does server really need a current db? Where is struct server? Yeah, can it be option? Then we'll have to unwrap it everywhere. Just curious, do we need, we don't need, right? Current DB, yeah, over here, I think I can just do DB. I'm probably just thinking out loud here, right? And dot into, yeah. Oh, okay, that's separate. I think I can have this and over here. Right, so we got this. You want to type here? Oh, because we are doing dot into, right? So we do aim to mention that. Now what's your problem? Sorry. ना अरे यार बस हो गया. How many errors? Ouch. What? There's a syntax error? Oh, okay, here. You know what, like should be fine. What am I doing here? Use a comma to separate type parameters. This should be fine. Missing comma. Okay. Let's just say here, for example, right? Why are you expecting? चल क्या रहा है? What's really going on here? So I'm saying this should work, right? So the problem is there, huh? Yes. So if I do mutex new db, does that work? So can I not? What was wrong earlier, guys? Sorry. Was it about db.into? No, it was fine, right? I don't know. Sorry. I apologize, guys. Whatever was happening, I'll watch it again on the video. For now, this is okay. Current db.unlock, then you iterate through workspace. See, again, whenever we are passing the server, right? So we are doing this self.iterate through workspace. I believe that we are trying to do self.currentDB, is it? Are we doing it anywhere? We are not doing it anywhere. Are they? Don't tell me it's because of this. We are not doing it anywhere. I thought it was there, right? Oh, state is never read. Maybe we are just not utilizing it right now, so that's okay. So how are we using the DB then? File set.spawn server index file. Right, you do this here. Let output star is equal to this, and then you return perform for whole file. Okay, you want to keep playing this game. Over here, what are we doing? Extract details. Okay, so we are not playing with DB object right now. That's the. Okay, sorry for the train noise. It comes and goes once in a while. So we are not playing that DB object thing right now. That's why it's not happening. Otherwise, we will expect DB object to be either passed, yeah, or incurred from somewhere else. Okay. Now, what's your problem? Let and return. Yeah, that's okay. I wanted to debug. Please keep it there. Don't really worry about it too much. This is what is your problem? Unnecessary let binding let and return. Okay, that's fine. Ouch. Okay, that's okay. All right, the build is finished. Context palette. All right, okay. So context palette DB. So wherever this data should be stored. Well, right now we are not storing it, so that's the point. But Anyways, we are able to finish this. We are able to iterate, I guess, printing valid files with indices 1, whatever. I think good start so far. Did learn a few things, right? Arc, Mutex and all. I think for now it's good enough to immediately push some WIP fixes to fix async handling. Still working, but we will have to get the DB object propagated from the main.rs file, that is server struct into the threads, right? So that's very important, and that's going to be very interesting, guys. I'll see you in the next video. We'll be doing this hopefully. Okay, sorry. Hey, no, we will do this later. I'm sorry, I'm still settling down. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Hope you like the video. If you have any comments, please put that down in the comments below. Don't be very critical about, hey, this guy does not even know Rust, what is he even building. Please don't do that. Generally, it's okay to motivate people, and even others will also get demotivated if they see that, okay, for these kind of videos, this is the comments we see, right? Let's just appreciate all of us all together. I'm just kidding. Be honest, whatever you want to say, it's okay. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, whatever you're having right now. This is Kushash Vishwali. You are watching my YouTube channel. If you like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to. There's no push at all. Thank you so much. Bye bye.